The fear of Princess Chandrakala had increased so much that whenever she went out with her carriage, people would hide in their houses and close the doors and windows. She never liked to see young men. One day, Chandrakala took a group of her soldiers and decided to go hunting. She reached a dense forest. Even after roaming in the forest for the whole day, she did not find any prey. As the day was passing, her anger was increasing more and more. One soldier said to Chandrakala, "If you permit, we should go home now." But Chandrakala did not have any other way, so they started returning home from the forest empty-handed. Just then, a Gadhariya youth was passing through the same path with his 100 sheep. Seeing the sheep all over the way, a soldier said to Gadhariya, "You remove your sheep from the way." The frightened Gadhariya folded his hands and said, "Maharaj, if there was another way, I would have removed my sheep soon. But one day I saw a sheep in the forest. I cannot move my sheep because there is only one way." When this news reached Chandrakala's ears, she got very angry and ordered to arrest Gadhariya and said, "Arrest him and take him to jail and keep him in such a place where he cannot even stand properly." On this, the soldiers arrested the young man and took him to jail. When this news reached Gadhariya's old mother, whose only support in her old age was her son, that he too has been arrested, she started crying bitterly. Seeing her crying, the crowd of the village started gathering, but no one could even speak against Princess Chandrakala. All the people standing there started saying, "You must be your son's fault." But the old mother was fully confident that her son cannot commit any mistake. She ignored the villagers' words and reached Chandrakala's palace. When she said this to Chandrakala, "Daughter, you release my son. He is not at fault. If you want, you can make me a prisoner in his place, but release my son." Hearing this, the princess became very angry and said, "If your son is not at fault, then this means it is my fault. I have imprisoned her without any fault. Now you must have spread this rumor in the entire city and incited people against me. Now that you are saying so much, you too deserve punishment. Soldiers, take her and flog her till she is half dead." But one of the soldiers was wise. He felt pity for the old woman and did not think it right to beat her and released her secretly. She immediately left from there, and after many days, she reached the kingdom of King Vikramaditya. She narrated everything that had happened to her to King Vikramaditya. Vikramaditya said, "Oh mother, don't worry. You stay here as a guest in my guest house, and I am going to take your son, and I will not return until I release him." Saying this, Vikramaditya left from there, and as soon as he reached the door, he told a courtier, "Go away. Go and tell your Princess Chandrakala that King Vikramaditya has come to meet her." As soon as the courtier heard Vikramaditya's name, he ran and told the princess that a person has come to the door. He is calling himself King Vikramaditya, and he wants to meet you. The princess said, "What does King Vikramaditya need from me?" "Fine, you go and bring him here soon." The courtier came and told Vikramaditya, "Maharaj, you can go." As soon as King Vikramaditya went inside the palace, he saw that a lot of people were screaming and shouting. He was completely stunned. Going a little further, he saw that thousands of people were imprisoned in Chandrakala's prison and were screaming and sometimes crying. Ignoring all this, Vikramaditya kept moving forward. A maid took him to Chandrakala's room. As soon as Vikramaditya saw Chandrakala, he started crying as soon as he looked at her. Chandrakala stayed because Chandrakala was so beautiful that anyone could die for her. Chandrakala asked Vikramaditya the reason for coming. Vikramaditya replied, "There was only one reason for my coming. But when I came inside your palace, I felt something strange. I could hear a lot of people screaming and shouting. What is the reason for this?" Chandrakala said, "O king, I have heard many stories of your intelligence and courage. Can't you find out yourself?" Vikramaditya said, "All that later, but first, listen to the work for which I have come. You have imprisoned the son of an old mother. Release him, because that son is the only support of that old woman in her old age." Chandrakala said, "He has dared to block my way." Vikramaditya said, "Chandraka, I have promised his mother. I will bring him back. Now, if you do not leave him like this, then I will have to adopt some other strategy, but I will take him away from here." Chandrakala said angrily, "If it is so, then it is okay. I have heard enough about your intelligence. Now, if you want to get him released, then you will have to answer my 3 questions. If you are not able to answer, then you will also have to live in the dungeon with these people. And if you answer my questions correctly, then I will free all those people who are imprisoned, and I will marry you and go happily." Vikramaditya said smilingly, "Then, okay. Tell me what are those 3 questions of yours which no one has been able to answer till date." "I will answer your questions." Chandrakala said, "Then okay, listen. Raja, after a man gets married, he has 2 families. Who loves him the most, his wife or his mother or his father and brother?" Vikramaditya replied, saying none of these. So love is just a pretense. So listen, the answer to your question is that a long time ago, a thief named Bhallu lived in a village. He used to rob passers-by every day, snatch their money and feed his family with that money. One day, with the intention of stealing, he sat quietly on the road and waited for someone to come. But it was too late, and no one passed by that road. Then, after a while, an old sadhu was seen coming. Now, Bhallu felt relieved. He thought that this must be a businessman who has become a sadhu to hide his wealth. I should stop him and search him. Bhallu was thinking this much when the sadhu came near him. Seeing the sadhu, he immediately came in front of him and took out a knife and started showing it to him. But, strangely, the knife had no effect on the sadhu. Bhallu said, "Hey passerby, are you really a sadhu, or are you just pretending to be one? Whatever money you have, hand it over to me quietly. Otherwise, you will lose your life. You will wash your hands of it." The sadhu asked in a calm voice, "Son, who are you and why do you commit this sin?" Bhallu said in annoyance, "What you are calling sin? My whole family lives on it. This is my work, not sin. And if you delay in giving the money, I will kill you." Bhallu gave many threats, but the sadhu remained firm. Then the sadhu asked, "Son, who all are there in your family?" Bhallu said, "My parents, brother, wife, and children. They all love me very much. I can do anything for them, no matter how lowly work I have to do." The sadhu became serious and said, "Son, no one belongs to anyone in this world. What you are doing is a sin, and you will have to bear the consequences of this alone." Saying this, the sadhu started to leave. Then Bhallu,
He came in front of him and started searching him, but when nothing came out with the sadhu, Bhallu understood that this sadhu is real. He sat down on one side in disappointment. Seeing him sad, the sadhu said, "Son, don't be sad. Work hard, get a job, and improve your life. By stealing, you are filling your life with the sorrows of others. How can you be happy by hurting someone?" Bhallu said angrily, "Sadhu Maharaj, don't talk about wisdom. If I could fill my stomach with these things, then why would I steal and get a job? Will my children be able to live in the same comfort? And you said that in this world no one belongs to anyone. If I don't go home today, then no one will eat food in my memory. My wife will not even drink water. You say that no one belongs to anyone." The sadhu smiled and said, "I can prove this." Bhallu was shocked. "How do you know how much my family loves me?" The sadhu gave a packet and said, "Put it in your mouth and go home and lie down quietly. Then I will come and prove that no one belongs to anyone in this world." No, Bhallu went home as he was told. He put the packet in his mouth and lay straight on the cot. After a while his wife came and tried to wake him up, but when Bhallu did not move, she ran to call Bhallu's mother. His mother also tried a lot, but it did not work. Slowly the people of the whole village gathered and everyone accepted that Bhallu was dead. His wife was crying, "Who will give me jewelry and saris now?" Mother was crying, "Who will support me in old age?" Father was crying, "Who will give me food now?" Everyone was crying, but everyone was for their own needs. Then Mahatmaji reached there and asked a man, "What happened? Why is there so much crowd?" People said, "Bhallu is dead, Maharaj." He suddenly lay down on the cot and breathed his last there. The saint moved a little ahead and asked Bhallu's wife, "Daughter, why are you crying?" "Everyone has to die one day." The wife said while crying, "Maharaj, if I had died, I would not have been sad. But now, what will happen to the children? I wish I could have taken my life." The sadhu asked the same question to everyone. Everyone said in one voice, "It would have been fine if I had died, but Bhallu should not have died." Then the sadhu said, "There is a way to bring Bhallu back to life, but you people will not be able to do it." The wife said, "Maharaj, whatever happens, tell me. Even if I have to give up my life, I will give it." The sadhu said, "Bring a pot of Ganga water." She brought it immediately. The sadhu mixed some ghost in it and said, "Drink it. You will die, but Bhallu will be alive now." She became quiet and kept thinking for some time. Then she said, "If I am not there, will he live? I will work hard, but don't tell him to drink it." The sadhu said this to everyone, but no one was ready to drink that water. Then the sadhu said, "See, son, in this world, no one belongs to anyone." And then Bhallu got up and sat down. He started thinking quietly, "For the family for which I committed so many thefts, I robbed so many people. Was it for them that I took a mountain of sins on my head?" He went to the sadhu, and he said, "Maharaj, you have opened my eyes. Now do me one more favor. Take me with you so that I can wash away some of my sins by staying with you." And in this way Bhallu went with Sadhu Maharaj. "Now I have a question for you too, Chandrakala, who should have drunk the water given by the sadhu his parents, brother, or his wife. Chandrakala said, "There was nothing in that water, but everyone is afraid of death, right?" Vikramaditya smiled and said, "Your absence is hidden in your answer itself. Like those people were afraid of death. That is why they did not drink the water. Then those who are imprisoned in your captivity for years, they too will love their lives equally, and such fear will always remain with them." On hearing this, it seemed as if life had left Chandrakala's body. Then she gathered courage and said, "There is no need to be so happy. I still have 2 questions left." Vikramaditya smiled and said, "Ask your questions too. Stay connected with us for the rest of the story. Also, if you are new on our channel, then subscribe to the channel. I will bring its next part very soon. Jai Mahakal, friends.